crash so that way I can, come on, come on. Okay, go to live chat and we can bring this down just a little bit. And hello, everybody. It is 6 o'clock. I'm on time. Yay. However, I don't quite have everything done. I just have the PDF to do for these projects. And then, what do you call it? Yeah, I still got to do the video that should have posted on Thursday. Yeah, got to do that one. You would think that that one would be super easy because of the theme of it. Flamingos. I mean, come on, it's flamingos. It should come like that. But unfortunately, when you got to do a regular job, and by the time all is said and done, then I'm just kind of wiped out. Um, so let me see. Of course, Froggy is here, and Tracy, and okay, I saw that Frog. Wait, that Froggy said hi to Becky, but I don't see a comment from Becky. And Carol is with us. Um, okay, let me just say this about this bundle. So I got this bundle like around last year, I think pre-order when that annual catalog came out. This is the very first time that I am using it. So, yeah, so I'm just going to say this. Hello, Avery. I'm just going to say this. If you've been on the fence about this, let me just say, very cool. I especially like the washi tape. I mean, in the very, I opened it up. I haven't even used the washi tape until I worked on these projects this morning. And I will tell you that once I was able to get it to kind of like peel without it being, without it tearing, um, yeah. So what I have done is, so I've done a variety of things. One of the projects, let's see, the first project, I took the washi tape and I put it on vellum and then I die cut it. The second card, I basically stamped the images and colored them in and die cut those. And then the third one, I took the washi tape and I put it on white cardstock. So a couple of different options, different looks. If you put it like say on colored cardstock, white cardstock, vellum. Um, I watched a video that was done a while back, probably like last year when it came out from another demo. And she actually took the washi tape and she put it down on her cutting plate. But then you have to kind of peel it off and then you could damage them. So I don't suggest doing that. I wouldn't do that. I mean, you can even put it on like say a window sheet if you wanted and then die cut it. There's a couple of different options that you can do with this. So the washi tape is like really pretty. The stamp set again, it's same images lined up the same way. 11 more days. Am I ready? No, I'm not. But anyway, anywho, so there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this. Now, as of right now, the Extraordinary Flora is still available. It is not on the last chance list, and this, I think, kind of like started scooting down. So it's not on the last chance list. The washi tape, not on the last chance list. Now, there is another bundle that I believe is in the January to April mini catalog. And no, that's not the right one. I don't know about what the status is on that one. Let me take a really quick peek. I actually have that other bundle, that something greenery, um, and I plan on using that. So Greenery Lane. Um, okay, Greenery Lane. That bundle is not on the last chance either. So the washi tape isn't, so that's a good thing. I don't think it's carried into the new catalog. At least I don't think it has. Hold on. I just so happen to have the new catalog right in front of me. Um, it's not in the catalog, so which means it's online exclusive coming up shortly. So, new catalog. So I did place an order, and what was nice is that, because I think it's because I did not have it delivered directly here, it goes to the UPS store. Originally, it said that it was going to be delivered on Monday. However, what I don't understand, this don't make sense. So yesterday, was it in the morning? It said that it was in Memphis. Okay. Typically, it'll go to Bartlett and then Bartlett will go and deliver it, right? So it was in Memphis yesterday morning, but then it decided to take a scenic route and went to Nashville and then came back here. I don't understand that one, but it took a little bit of a scenic route to get back here. But I can say happily that it showed up, box wasn't damaged. But I will show you one of the things that I did order, because it's on the last chance, it's going away. Right now, it's still showing it's on last chance, and I'm hoping that they still gonna have it. When I call them on Monday, I will show you what the mix-up is on that one. But yeah, the Greenery Lane, that is in the current January to April mini catalog. It's not on last chance, and I plan on using it, and it's probably going to be next month. Now, the differences between this and the other and the one we're using tonight is that that one, it doesn't have as many images to die cut. Now, with this bundle, it's one die to die cut all of them at one time. In this Greenery Lane bundle, it's not one die. There's individual dies that then you can die cut the pieces off of the washi tape. So it is a little bit different, but it's kind of the same concept as well. Stamped images and the washi tape. Um, so there is that. So where was I? So yeah, Froggy, it's a very, very cool bundle. Very, very cool. And like I said, with the washi tape, you can try it on different types of papers. Like I said, vellum, white cardstock, very vanilla cardstock. You can even try it on some of the colors, like even like say basic beige, and see kind of like how it will look. There's the stamp, so you different ways that you can color those images and all that. And uh, I did see a cool technique that someone did where they used the ink and they used the blender pens to add the ink. I thought to myself, I can't do that. This video would be like way too long. And so I did stamp and I did color, but I was smart. I actually colored two. I'll show you the process, but I did color two of them, and I had die cut. So yeah, so we're good on that point. Um, let's see. Do-do-do. Um, see Tracy and Yvonne. And yeah, Siobhan is not she's not physically here. She is on in the chat, but she is not physically here. This was the weekend that she had stayed at home um, to spend time with hubby. Plus, not only well, I'm not gonna. I'll let her explain if she wants to. I'm not going to. Um, so, do you need the dies to cut the washi tape images? So, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Did I miss something? Got the set and the washi tape. Okay. Um, let's see. Do you need the dies to cut the washi tape images? Yes. On both ones. Yeah. I don't think, I mean, if you don't want to, I mean, you can just take the washi tape and you can stick it down, to your cardstock or your vellum, and you can just leave it like that. I would not think you would want to fussy cut. I mean, unless you're someone that you enjoy doing that. I can tell you I am not that person. I am definitely not the one that likes to do fussy cutting. So if you want them cut out, then I would say, yeah, you would need the dies. Um, yeah, so the one we're doing tonight, the Extraordinary Flora, is one die. The Greenery Lane, that is not one die, it's actually multiple dies. And I don't think it die cuts every single leaf image in the washi tape. Let's see. Yeah, Froggy. Um, Okay, Becky is on the draw for the cards list, so I assumed, oh, okay. Well, there she is. Uh, let's see. And I said hi to Carol, and Avery's with us as well. And Terry's here. And let's see. And Terry's gotten birthday cards. I still gotta do Terry's birthday card. I still gotta do Yvonne's birthday card. Um, Yeah, I have a few cards that I have to drop off. Well, some of them I have to hand deliver, and then some that I have to do have to mail. So I'm going to aim on doing that tomorrow. So the cards for tonight that I mail out, those should be going tomorrow morning. Let's see. Okay, yeah, because it's the what, the 14th, Yvonne, is your birthday, and then I think. Ooh, I don't want to mess this up. Is it the 28th, Terry? Um, and there's Deborah. Da, 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 da. And and Holly's with us. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it was a busy, busy work week, and of course, by the time I got I get done with that stuff, even though I was working from home all week, it was a struggle to try and get Thursdays well, I haven't even started or did anything with the projects on that. What I'm aiming to do, we'll see if this happens after I'm done with this and after I get something to eat. I want to work on the PDF, get that done, and then I'm going to get that Thursday video done as well, and then start getting things planned out for next week. So next week on Friday, that's my plan. Friday It is The Cutest Bugs. I think that's the name of the suite, but The Cutest Bugs. That's going to be next Friday. Let's see. Um, yeah. Well, see, and that's good, Yvonne, that you don't, I mean, you just needed like the pain pills like that day that it was done. I have personally found that usually they give you an antibiotic too. And so, yeah, after that first day, as long as you're taking the antibiotic, you don't need the pain pill at all. Um, let's see. Um, and Sharon, well, I see a comment about Sharon. Um, yeah, I didn't see Sharon, not yet anyway. Um, so Yvonne, I will bring the cards next week for me to show them off. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. All right. So like I said, I had gotten it, well, a little bit was pre-order, not everything. Some of the stuff was things that are retiring, and I'll show you like one of those items. Um, yeah. Okay, but I think what I'm going to do is let me actually change out my grid paper because it's a little messy, but we're going to need it. We'll need it again for the first project actually. All right, so let me go ahead and flip this and let's get everything situated. And where is my level, my little level doohickey thing? Come on. Apologize. Don't look yet if you get like motion sickness or something. Just this thing going, kind of trying to situate this thing. Okay, I think we are good. I have my mouse over here. I can probably come down just a little bit. Let's see. All right. So, some things before we get started. So, one of the things that with this order that I got was my complimentary May through August catalog. So again, no more annual catalog, and you can kind of see this is the thickness. There's how many pages to this? 87 pages. That's including the back cover. There are some things that are in here that were in the current mini catalog that we have. And now going forward, there's no longer going to be an annual catalog and then mini catalogs. We're going to have 3 catalogs a year. So it's starting with the May through August, and then you'll have September through December. And so I did utilize the what is it, the catalog mailing program that Stampin' Up! Has out there where I can send catalogs to customers at a cheaper price than me mailing them off. But I also, in this order, ordered an 8-pack of the catalogs. So if you are here in the US, you are not working with another demonstrator. My email, it's in the description. Just send me an email. Let me know if you would like one. Of course, include your mailing address and your full name, and I'd be more than happy to get one out to you. So let me kind of put that aside because we don't want to make the mistake of opening it up before it goes live. You can get in trouble for the things like that. Okay, so some other things. The April product of the month is the Eyelet Blooms dies, and I just so happen to have the die. This was in the order. Let me show you the die itself. So a lot of little stitching, a lot of little itty bitty pieces to kind of poke out of that, but very, very cool. This would make a great background. You can trim it down a little bit just to have just a part of that element for your background. So, yeah, the eyelet blooms and dies, and of course, this is still available. It's not sold out. And product of the month again, when you spend $75, and that is after you have applied any Stampin' Rewards, anything, any discounts or anything like that, and before the tax is added. And then at the top of your cart, there is a box up near the top that lets you know how close you are into earning this die. Now, what you do need to do when you do reach that $75 threshold, you do need to click on the button there, and then it'll take you to where the product of the month is. Click on that. You actually physically have to add this to your cart. It's not automatically done. So, so yeah, if you haven't gotten this yet, it's still available to you. Also, the March product of the month is the Notes of Spring stamp set. I'm actually going to use this stamp set for the birthday greeting that is in it. This is still available. And then my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but then the February product of the month is the Painted Illusions Designer Series paper. I believe that this is also still available. Now, again, it's only limited to one product per person. So if you've already gotten it, then yeah, you can't order it again. Last Chance Products. Now, on Wednesday, they stated that it was updated. I don't know what it was updated. I don't know if it was things came down in price. I don't know, but at the beginning of April, there were more things that were added to the Last Chance product list. Paper Pumpkin, actually, today starts the new subscription period for the May kit, and it's the Sparkling Celebrations. This one is 9 cards, three each of 3 designs. There's pre-cut paper pieces with silver foil, gem embellishments. Let's see, the colors in it: Blackberry Bliss, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, Misty Moonlight, which is also the Stampin' Spot, Night of Navy, and Pumpkin Pie. Create bold, celebratory cards perfect for invitations, congratulations, and special occasions. And then we won't talk about the one that's for the following month, but then there's the coordinating add-on dies. The dies are not needed to complete the projects. These are just simply an add-on. So if you want to do some alternate projects, these dies coordinate with the April, May, and June kits. So there is that. So let me get this out of the way. And I apologize if you hear any noise because clearly the kids have to be in the breezeway making a bunch of racket when I go live, or the ones above me have to. So one of the things that I went to order that was on the Last Chance, and right now think I don't really know. Let me move this. I don't think it is, but let me quickly check. Um, and I don't know if this has happened to anybody who's recently ordered it. I wouldn't think this has been like this for a while. Okay, this is on the Last Chance list. This is the Thoughtful Moments Hybrid Embossing Folder. So as you see on here, what does that say? It says English, right? So I'm assuming that the dies are going to be in English. However, the embossing folder, that's not English. That's French. So I think either I can't open it only because that label is right over it, but clearly I can see this embossing folder is not the right embossing folder for this. So come Monday, I have to call them and, there's Sharon. Ooh, ooh, Terry, that hurts. Um, do, 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 do. Um, yeah, you're hearing that. Oh, okay. So, yeah, so Monday I gotta call them and I gotta find out what the deal with this is going to be because um I guess the question is, am I gonna be paying postage to send this back to them and then have them send the correct one? I don't know, but again, I can't really open it up because then it's gonna tear the label that's on the back of that. But I mean, it says English on the label, and I'm thinking that the embossing not the embossing folder, but the set of dies is in English. But yeah, I'm gonna have to call them, let them know it's a mess up. That's not what I ordered. I don't speak French, so there's that. All right, so let me kind of get things situated here. So, what we're using, we are using Extraordinary Flora. So of course, the older packaging I was doing from online. I'll do a snapshot of the die itself. So then that way I know what dyes should be in the packaging. And of course, I add my sticker on there. So then, yeah, because the little print for the name of it, it's not good when you don't have the best lighting. So I can see it, very easily. I add that on there too. So Extraordinary Flora, it's a stamp set. So you got this one whole stamp that has all the images. These are the same images that it lines up with that's on the washi tape. And so you got options on what you can do with this. You can stamp and you can color and die cut, or you can just stamp. Again, you can put it on different types of paper. You can put it on white cardstock, vellum. You can put it on window sheets. There's a whole bunch of different options. And of course, you can put it on colored cardstock. It will give a little bit of a different look to it if you put the washi tape on there. But um, first time using this since it's been out. And I can tell you when I first saw this, I mean, I fell in love with it by looking at it in the catalog. And yeah, so I've had this for the longest amount of time and just completely forgot about it. And yeah, so now this is the first time that I am actually using it. I think this was the reason why Stampin' Up! Has decided no more annual catalog and then two mini catalogs on top of the online exclusives. Because what happens when these other catalogs come out, you completely forget about everything that's in that annual catalog. So that was one of the reasons why they changed it up. Now, it's as a bundle, it's not a suite, but one of the items that does coordinate with it, and again, it's not part of the bundle. This is the Extraordinary Flora washi tape. So the tape is 3 1/4 of an inch wide. It's got like two different color combinations on it. So you have your strawberry slush and your pinks, and then there's your purples in there as well. Uh, One of the things that I've done, I just took a little piece of that paper that the glue dots are on, and I stuck that on there so that way I'm not tearing that edge. So what I've done is when I go to put it on my cardstock, I will cut it with my scissor. So then that way I have the whole entire image that I can die cut. So there's no waste at all on the washi tape. So let's see. First item, need to move things, get it out of the way. All right. First card. All right, what have I done here? Okay, so my card base is Highland Heather, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. I have a piece of basic white. Now, if you are embossed, now the little tip, if you are embossing, using an embossing folder that is 3D, what I like to do is cut my cardstock at 5.5 by 4.25, so a quarter sheet of cardstock, also the same size as my card front, and I will emboss it. So this one I used a beautiful pattern embossing folder. This is on the last chance. Let me see really quickly because I don't know what the status of it is. Yes, it's on the last chance. It was part of the Brushed with Beauty suite. So again, this is going away. It's not on low inventory as of the time, this very moment that I am doing this live. So I used that. And then after I was done embossing it, I then trimmed it down to 5.25 by 4, because sometimes with the 3D, it's going to shrink maybe like in one direction, it'll shrink it a little bit. So to have that nice even looking border when I put it on my card base, it's going to be the size that I want it to be. Okay. Um Watching baseball. Cleveland Guardians. It's the Cleveland Indians. It's the Indians. I'm going to continue to call them the Cleveland Indians because I don't like that name change to the Guardians. No, no, just no. Okay. Then this is Summer Splash. Okay. With this, I had used the largest and then the second largest, the rectangular die. I put them together just to create this frame. And then all of these pieces, so this is like the pink pattern. So when I did this, okay, so these are more pinks where my sample card was more of the purples. So I went with, this will still go well together, but yeah, so you got one set that's gonna do your pinks, and then you're gonna have a set that's gonna be more on the purple side. So, oh, there's some little extra pieces. I didn't use everything, so that's why there's like two of those. And I think there's one more. Yeah, I didn't use those on my other cards. So these, what I did is I just took the washi tape and I put it down on a piece of vellum. The vellum, or what was the size of the vellum? I believe it was 5.5 by 3.5. Because again, the washi tape is 3/4 of a 3 and 1/4 inch wide. So I gave myself a little bit of extra. So it's 5.5 by 3.5. And so you can see it's a little more like translucent in a way. You'll see the next card, not the next one, but the last one. I actually put this vellum, not the vellum, oh my gosh, I can't talk. The washi tape on white cardstock instead. All right, so I'm going to fold and burnish the card base. So how has everybody's week been? Like I mentioned, mine was pretty busy and exhausting. And that's from working from home all week. I would just like to work from home permanently. Just saying. All right, so I'm going to bring in my paper, the paper that I took off of here. I'm going to place my embossed piece of basic white down. I'm going to bring in the dark Summer Splash blend brush tip, and I'm going to add some splatters. Ooh, don't hit the tip. So we got some splatters on there, especially when that's a color that is going away. Now I did get another set of those blends, those in color blends that are retiring. So I know that there is like some reinkers now that have retired. Ooh, I got it on my silicone mat. I'm going to have to clean that later. So there is kind of like our background. Get this out of the way. All right, card base. And let's get our liquid glue. I have to remember to refill this bottle. Keep forgetting to add more, but I should have enough to get these projects done. Oh, I know there's definitely going to be enough. I mean, I don't even go through a half a bottle if I do like 100 swap cards. All right. So we're going to center that like so. Oh, these things right here. Yeah, this is the images that are on the washi tape that the die will cut out. So it lines up perfectly. Lines up perfectly. All right. Then I'm going to take my little frame here, my Summer Splash frame. I'm going to bring in my mini dimensionals, close up the glue, and I'm going to get my take your pick tool, and I'm going to turn my fan on because it is feeling a little warm. Hopefully you're not hearing the fan going. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to add them to the corners, and then kind of like around, just so when I go to put this down, it's not going to be all flimsy. Because we're going to build all of those die cut pieces. We're going to kind of put them around the corners. So put one on the sides, and then on the long sides we'll add two. Okay. This one here. Yeah, I think the most time consuming part of this was just figuring out, where to place all those die cuts. And for most of these on these cards, I used glue dots for them. Okay, bring in the card. Take these off. Now, when I did my sample card. These mini dimensionals, in some spots they were kind of poking out from under, and you could see them a little bit, but with the placement of where I put like all those die cuts, you don't see it. So all of them. Yep. Okay, and then you kind of move that towards the bottom, and then I'm going to center this. Let's see, about, if I press it down, make sure it looks straight. Okay, need a piece of, be right back, need a piece of cardstock. Okay, so just a scrap piece of basic white, and I need my Stampin' Pierce mat. Running out of places to put things. All right, so on this strip, I'm going to bring in some Berry Burst ink. And then I'm also bringing in the bundle, the banner sayings bundle. So there is the coordinating punch. This is not on the last chance list, so that's always a good thing. I want the happy birthday. So two of the cards that we're making, they're kind of specific where their birthday. But then the third card does not have any greeting on it, so it can be used for whatever occasion that you want it to be. So the happy birthday, and let me get my block. I got some potatoes here that need to be cut. got like a good amount, like a half of what, like 2.5 pounds, I think, about sitting in there. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this right in the middle. Okay. Close that up. And I'll clean my stamp. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I still can't believe that this is the only thing that they're going to be carrying for cleaning your stamps. After how many years they are retiring the Stampin' Scrub. And actually, I don't know what the state of it is right now. I don't know if it's on low inventory or not. Not that long ago, I did go and buy another one, but now knowing that it's going to be going away like forever, I did get another one because I do like the, those are good, especially on new stamps and your photopolymer and removing like that film. So I'm going to use the coordinating 3 banner punch. I'm going to go with the one in the middle that has the 2 ends that are flagged. And I'm going to center that. Okay. And that's that. I can put my punch away right behind me. All right. So there is our greeting. And now we're going to assemble. So I'm going to bring in my glue dots. I do have some mini dimensionals here. And again, there's some of these images, like these really long ones. I didn't use those. Let's see, I didn't use these. And I think that's the only ones. So what I am going to do when at the end when we do the card drawing. So if you are new here, um, if what I do at the end of my lives, I do a card drawing of the projects that I have made. There is a link that I have pinned up at the top of the chat box. It'll take you to a Google spreadsheet. Just simply add your name, and if you're having any issues doing so, just say something in the chat. Someone will add your name to that list. And then at the end, I do a wheel of names to where you could win one of the cards that I made. And it doesn't matter where you are, in the world. I can send cards anywhere. The product, not so much. But because I have like these little extra pieces left, what I'm going to do, whoever gets this card is going to get those little extra pieces in their card as well. So they're not going to go to waste. I'll just give them to whoever gets this card. All right, so I'm going to take my happy birthday and I'm going to grab my regular dimensionals and I'm going to add 3 on here, so on either end and then also in the middle. Okay. And the washi tape, I will say that it is pretty sticky. So when I go to put it, whether it's on the cardstock or on the vellum, I start at, like on this one end, I'll pull it out some. And again, like I said, it's really sticky. So I'll place the one end down and then I'll slowly like smooth it out until it's the amount that I want on there is on my cardstock. So again, this right here is on one end and then it ends right here. So I usually just cut around this, so then that way this is going to be the whole panel that gets die cut. So just roll that back up. And again, I mean, if you have like a little crease or you got a bubble in it, it does come up. You just have to take it slow, and then you can re-stick it down to where it's straight. Okay. And then either, well, to get out any of the creases and all that. So I'm going to take my happy birthday. I'm going to place this in the middle like so. All right, so glue dots and mini dimensionals is what we're going to be using to put everything down. So let's see. We're going to start with this piece, and this piece is going to go down right here. So I'm going to add the glue dot. I gotta check my stash of glue dots. I've been using a lot lately. Also gotta check that stash of dimensionals too. All right, so I'm gonna add glue dot there, and we'll add one right there. And I'll place that down right there, and you can see it covers up that dimensional where you saw a little bit of it. Then I'm going to add our rose. Let's see, the rose. And take a little dimensional and I'll kind of tuck that right there. And then another one. So this is going to lay right here. So I'm going to add one right there. right there. And you don't really see those dimensionals through that vellum. Okay. Um, get more spray. Um, did you get more spray also? Oh, Deborah, you talking about are you talking about this? The Stampin' Mist? Oh, was this going away too? Well, that says water on it. That's only because I what do you call it? I diluted it down. Seriously, I didn't even realize about this. Where is, there it is. I gotta check that now because actually the spray, Deborah, is not going anywhere. It's not showing that it's on the last chance list. I not that long ago I did buy another bottle, but yeah, I just brought it up and it's not on the last chance. So that's still available. Um okay. No, you know what is going away is the stays on cleaner. That's what's going away. Okay, so Froggy has a tip. She makes her own homemade stamp cleaner. So let's see, for every 8 ounces of water, she adds a tablespoon of baby shampoo and a tablespoon of baby oil. It cleans her stamps and conditions them as well. Good tip. Thank you, Froggy. All right. Now, let's see, let's continue to build on here. So I'm going to take one of these smaller flowers here. And I'm going to stick that right there. All right. Then, what's next? This little one's going to go over here. And a little leaf piece is going to go there. And then where is... I think that's the bigger one, or is it the smaller one? It is the smaller one. So this one. So this is going to go down here too. All right, so on this little piece right here, I'm going to add small dimensional, and then a glue dot. Let's see, out there. All right, so I'm going to take this and yeah, take the paper backing off. And I'm going to just place this right here. I'm not going to push it down hard in the event that I have to just move some things around. And then on this piece, I'm going to add a small dimensional on that leaf. And on the very bottom, and then a glue dot on the flower. This is going to go like this. Okay, I don't want you to come off. Don't come off. Stick that down like so. And then this little leaf image And again, because when I did my sample, I did the version with kind of like the purples and the aquas in it. So you can change up like your card base to be like strawberry slush or any one of the other colors that's in here. And even the splatter, you know, go with colors that are gonna more match, you know, that pink. Okay, so I kind of like how that is all down, so I'm going to press that down. Then let's see, we're going to work in this corner over here. So I'm going to take small dimensional and I'll add that right there. Because it's on top of this frame, it's popped up, so I have to kind of make it a little bit even for those parts that are hanging off the side of it. I'll add a glue dot there, and I will just place it down. Then I want the larger one, so this one is going to go right over here, so we'll put, and I just want to make sure that I'm putting it where I want it. Let's see, put it right here. So that put up there, yeah, put it up there, and then I want it right down here. And then a glue dot on the flower. And then this is going to go right over that like so. And then I got, let's see, these look like they're the same size. So I'm going to take another glue dot on the center of this flower and I'm going to add that right there. And then now the final corner. So now I'm going to take this little leaf here, and I'm going to kind of tuck that right back here. And again, I'm not going to press it down really hard because I may have to move it. And then on this piece, this one's going to go right over here, so I'm going to have to move that up some. Okay. Just some of this paper. All right, dimensional. It's going to go right there. And then the glue dot on that flower. And at the end of this leaf, and that's going to kind of go there. And I think I want one more up on this leaf right here. So again, really the time-consuming part is just figuring out where you want to place all these little die-cut flowers. Okay. And we'll move that out a little bit. Okay, now we can press that down. And then I want to take, I feel like there's a flower that is missing off of something. Place this one right up here. Got a little one there. one there. Okay, one more. And we're going to take this one and we're going to place this one right there. So now I'm going to just press that all down. So there we go. Then embellishments. So the embellishments that I'm using, I do know are on the last chance list. These are the 2024, the 2026 in color flat pearls. These, were they on low inventory? No, they're not. They're on the last chance list. They're marked down about $2, a little less than $2. But again, these are the in colors that are going away. And even though the color is not in the card itself, I'm going to bring in, actually, instead of the, what do you call it? I used the Petunia Pop on the other one, only because it had more of the purples in it. I think on this one, I'm going to add, I'll add the pretty and pink ones. And another one here. And then one more right up there. Okay. There's the first card. First card. Wow. First card. Already an hour. First card. Okay. So again, the time consuming part is just figuring out, you know, your placement of your die cuts. Again, these, the washi tape was put on a 5.5 by 3.5 inch piece of vellum. Put the washi tape down on it, and then use the die and die cut all of those pieces. Now again, like I said, these are extra pieces that I did not use. So whoever gets this card tonight, I'm going to include all of these little extra pieces in with your card. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them right in there. And hopefully I do not forget to do that. All right. So card number 2. So this is the one that we're going to do some stamping. I'm going to kind of show you what I've kind of done ahead of time. But I did save some time. A lot of things that I colored in advance and already die cut to save a whole lot of time. Okay, so for my card base on this one, it's basic white thick, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. I have, what is this piece? Oh, yes. This piece is 5.5 by 4.25. This piece we're going to stamp on, and this is where we're going to color in the images, and they're going to be die cut. Then out of basic black and basic white, this is the largest, and then this is the second largest of the Stylish Shapes dies. These have carried on as well. They can't get rid of those, just saying. And then these other pieces, I'll show you this when we get to that part. Okay, so I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. Okay, so on this, I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Positioner tool. I had to think for a minute, what's the name of this thing? Let me move these out of the way. So I'm going to do some stamping on directly onto my card base. So on my grid paper here, I did mark with a pen. So then that way I can line this up like so. Put these down towards the bottom. All right, and then I'm going to bring in my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Now, I'm going to like mention this up front that Stampin' Up is doing away with the Memento and the Stays On inks, and they have their basic black hybrid, is that what it's called, ink pad coming out. Chances are I'm going to continue to go and use my Memento, and the reason why is those hybrid inks, they are going to stain your stamp, your photopolymer stamp. And I mean, you can see that, you know, it is stained. It's cleaned, but the hybrid ink is going to stain it. So I'm just saying, in going, you know, in the future, I'm still going to stick with the Memento ink. All right, so again, I lined up my card base on based off the lines that I had put on my grid paper. I'm going to ink this up. What's nice about this, if it doesn't ink up right the first time, you can do it again and it's going to stamp in the same spot. All right, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to go across the top part of my card, then I will flip my card and I will stamp it again. So we're kind of creating our own background on our card base. Okay, so there we go. Then take this off. I'm going to flip my card. I'm going to line it up. So basically I have it lined up to the bottom of the grid paper and between the 1.5 and the 5 3/4 of an inch line. And now I will put that there, that one there, and this will just kind of check it. Yep, it's going to line up. Scooch that over just a little bit. Put this up again. All right. Come in. Stamp it down. For some reason, this little double light daisy image, for some reason the leaf, it doesn't quite get all of it, so I want to make sure I press down right there. Okay, so there is the front of our card. So basically it's a black and white with a pop of color, and our pop of color is going to be yellow. All right, the other thing that I want to do is this other piece of cardstock that, where did I put it? It's right over here. Okay, so now this, I want to make sure that I line this up where I want it. So I had it, I know I had it up against those little nibs that hold the paper. And I think it was at one. Hold on, I gotta move this so I can see. There's a glare. Yeah, so I have this lined up at the 1 inch mark, and I have it butt up against these little nibs here that hold the grid paper down. And let me see where I'm going to put my other magnet. So I'll put that down like so. All right. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to hit it at all. So now I'm going to ink this up. Put it in the screen. Yeah, I'm going to do just a little bit of coloring on this. And that's it, because I did ahead of time, I did uh, the stamping, the coloring, and I die cut all those little pieces out. I'm just basically showing the process. So again, the stamp set, it coordinates, you know, the images are in the same position as what is on the washi tape. And so that die, you have options where you can die cut the washi tape, or you can stamp the images and you can die cut it all in one shot. So let me clean the stamp off really quick, so that way we don't get black ink all over everything. Okay, so now I'm going to go place this someplace so that way it will dry. Hopefully it'll stay right there, won't fall over. Okay. All right, so now if you're going to color these, my suggestion would be to color it before die cutting them. All right, let me get this out of the way too. All right, then I'm going to take my white circle here, and while I have that, I'm going to pull in the stamp from the Notes of Spring. This is the March product of the month, and I'm going to use this Happiest Birthday Wishes stamp in this. Let's see, and this stamp set too. Haven't used this on anything else other than this card. All right, need a block. I think this will work. Get my black ink again. And I'm going to stamp this over here, like the center and towards the right side. Okay, we'll set that aside. And we're done. We're actually done with our stamping, because the last card I didn't put any greetings on it at all. All right, so we got that. We'll clean our stamp. Just drop everything. We'll move that out of the way. All right, so then on this piece, so I'm going to bring this sheet back in. I'm just going to show you what it was that how I colored these in, and I'm not going to color all of them in. You see all those images, it would take a very, very long time. It did take a long time actually to color those all in. So the colors that I used on this for all of the flowers, I have both the light and dark lemon lolly, and then the light darling duckling. Then I have the light and the dark old olive, and that is not for this card. Summer Splash is not in this one. Okay, so what I did on all of my flowers, I took my light lemon lolly, and I just colored in all of these flowers. And again, I'm not going to do all of them. Let's see. This one. And I'm not really concerned about getting every single bit. If some of the tips of the flowers are, what do you call it? If there's white showing, I'm fine with that. So I'm not overthinking at all on coloring these. And we can just do a couple. And then I'll even do this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that now with the light put down, I'm going to let that dry before I bring in another color on top of it. So in the meantime, I'm going to take my light old olive and I'm going to fill in all of my leaves. Originally, I was going to do this with black heat embossing and then actually watercolor it. However, one of the things with the embossing powders that you've got to be mindful of is that you don't want to overheat it, because then it's no longer like raised and shiny. It kind of goes flat, and that's because it was just overheated. So yeah, when I went to go and do the sample one right off the bat, I added too much heat to it. And yeah, I thought, okay, we got to do something a little bit easier. And not that doing all this coloring, saved any time. But again, I'm not coloring all of these. I'm just basically showing the process, and those kids out there need to go inside. I don't know what time it is, but let's just say, isn't it their bedtime? Just saying. I'll tell you what, when I was growing up, there was no way that I was outside when it was dark. And carrying on like they do, yep, no, nope, it didn't work like that. But the other thing too is I actually went to school. These kids, I just don't understand. I think they're out of school more than they're in, and it's ridiculous. No wonder they're not learning anything. And I think recently, I didn't really dive deep into reading the story, but yeah, there was some kind of audit done on the Memphis schools, and they didn't score very well. So yeah, they need to rethink of all this time that they're giving these kids. All right, so I colored in the leaves. All the leaves were colored in with the light old olive. Then I'm going to take, let's see, the dark lemon lolly, and just going to add from the base of the petals. I'm just going to go up like maybe about halfway. And do this one. And then we'll do this one over here. All right. Oh, forgot this one. And all I did with this is I just really traced over those stamped lines in the flower. Okay, then the dark old olive, just added some flick marks in the leaves, and this is going to dry lighter. Okay, and then in here. And there's a little leaf over here. Okay, and then the dark, this is actually the light darling duckling. Just really kind of like filled it in and just went right around the centers a little bit. And I think that nope, I didn't get that one. And then on here. So that is basically how I colored all the images. All the flowers were done in the yellows and then the old olive on the leaves. So again, magic of TV. I had already colored all of them in and have die cut all of my pieces here. I just got to get them out of the bag. And for this card, we are actually going to be using all of the die cuts. All right, so now let's bring in our card. All right, the white and the black circles, I'm going to adhere those together. It's Andrea. Andrea's here. Where's Andrea? Oh, there she is. Hello, Andrea. So is your space like all organized now, or is it all still a work in progress? So Andrea's been working on her craft space and getting it all organized and kind of, determining what she wants to keep and give away or sell or whatever it is she's going to do. One of the things that I really need to be doing, because yeah, this room's a bit of a hot mess and there's a lot of stuff in it. So yeah, I have to at some point really take the time to figure out what what I want to keep and what I want to sell. There's a lot of stuff here. I would hate to think what the cost of everything is that I have in this space. I'd be probably a millionaire with all of it. But yeah. So, okay, so all my little pieces here, I glued my white circle to my black. And then I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to glue this down to my card base. Now, the other thing you can do if you stamp that whole stamp on your background, you can, when you do these pieces, you can actually pop them up on top of the ones that are already stamped too. So that's another thing you can do. Okay, so I'm going to place this right about here. Make sure that my greeting looks straight. Okay, press that down. Oh, the card, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, the whole postal system. Here too, Froggy. Here too. Evidently, the post office here, I've seen some of these stories, like when you go online and it kind of pops up there. Yeah, well, evidently the post office, those that were getting a pension, they decided that they're going to stop doing the pension. Oh yeah, and then they're going to go up on the postage again. Um, yeah. When is there going to be a stop to what they are doing? Because it's insane what they're doing. It really is insane. Um, their service is just getting worse and worse, and I'm just really, I wish we didn't have to rely on them so heavily. But all right, so now everything here, for the most part, is going to be, hold on, let me check, is going to be glued down. It does not look like I popped anything up on this, so not a lot of um, layers on here. All right, so let me kind of separate these so I know what I got here. Well, I do know this one here with the, on these daisies, again, the old light and dark old olive on the leaves, and then like that center of them, I used the light Darling Duckling on that. So all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on there. And this is going to go right here on the inside on the bottom of our card. All right. Now let's kind of separate all these. And then on this one here, let me see, let me get my light lemon lolly. And I'm just going to kind of fill that in a little bit. There's kind of like that open line, so when you die cut it, there's a lot of white space right there. All right. Okay, so there's all of our pieces. And let's see, where are we starting? Wow. Is that the one I think I used? Yeah. Okay. And we're going to come in that right there. Again, I'm not going to push it down really hard. I want to kind of get all my pieces put down. And then I'll press everything down when I'm done. Like the larger one, right? Larger one. Yep. So I'm gonna go there. And do you have this bundle, Andrea? This one's actually carrying over. It's not on the last chance list. This is actually the first time I am using this bundle, and I can tell you I'm in love with it. All right. Put that there. And let's see. It's a cool bundle, and the washi tape is amazing. Amazing. It's a lot of glue dots, but you don't want our pieces to come off of this. So kind of come up here with it. And let's see what else. This one. That there. Whew. That one there. And let's see. These. And this one. And then we just got a couple little flowers to kind of fill in our space. Okay. Let's see. Ow, ooh, that hurt. Twisted that wrist wrong way. So Terry, did you create? Did you already create something with this bundle? I don't know if I ever saw any pictures. Maybe you sent them. Okay. I'm just looking to see where I put these flowers down. Where did I put this other large one? Right down here. And one more little one. Right up here. Okay, looks good. So let's press this all down. All right, then for embellishment on this, Wink Stella. And I'm just going to add the Wink Stella on these flowers here. And I still got to come up with those projects that you're going to do, Terry. So it's not next week. I believe it's the week after that. Terry will be here in Memphis. Even though my birthday was in February, we're going to kind of all celebrate our birthdays. And it's going to be, I can tell you right now, it's not, there's not going to be a Friday night live that week, but there is going to be a Saturday night, so the same time, 6 p.m. And the product that I have chosen that Terry will work with, is it called Scalloped Wishes? That is the bundle that has the little die in it of the dragonfly. Terry loves her dragonflies, so I thought that would be perfect. I had not done anything with that bundle, so it was perfect. I just got to design the cards for that, and then I'm going to add some here on my daisies on the inside. So I'm not doing the greenery part, I'm just doing the flowers on it. All right, then what do I need? I need, so the Baker's Twine Essentials pack, I'm going to pull out the black. I think Terry approves of what she'll be working with. And we'll make sure that every card has a dragonfly on it. So I'm just going to make a little bow. And let's see. Let's trim. Bring in new scissors. Got these off of Amazon. Set of 3 of them. So this is the smallest one. And then this is the largest one. So they were on sale too, so it made it even better yet. Okay, so we have our little black baker's twine bow and another glue dot, another glue dot. And then this is going to go right there. And then for embellishments on this one, I am using, these are the 2025 to 2027 in color flat pearls. So just like the other ones, except these are the newer in colors. And I'm going to use, even though I only used a little bit of the Darling Duckling on here, it's still yellow. So we are going to add a few of these onto our card. Okay. Press those down so they don't come off. So there is our second card. So I utilized the stamp to create my background for my card base, and then stamped it again, colored in all of my little images using Stampin' Blends. And so it's that black and white with a pop of color. I went with something different because most of the colors that are in the washi tape are your pinks and purples. So I thought adding in some yellow would be a nice touch. Okay, so now our last card. Let me get that out of the way and bring in our last one. So again, this one does not have any greeting on it. So if you leave it blank, you can use it for whatever occasion. Now on this one, I had used the washi tape, but this time I adhered it onto white cardstock and then die cut it. So let me move those all out of the way. So this is actually the purple and the aqua shades of the washi tape. So the card base again is basic white thick, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. Piece of strawberry slush, that's 5.25 by 4. Then I took a piece of basic white, I cut it at 5.5 by 4.25. I had embossed it using the Paradise Garden Hybrid embossing folder. So this is a 3D embossing folder. So in order to have it sized right after it was embossed, I then trimmed it down to 5 1/8 to 3 7/8, and we're going to have that little small border of the strawberry slush behind it. And then again, all of the pieces here from the washi tape. Now this is, like I said, this is the other color combination of more of the purples and the aquas. The last card that we did with the vellum, that was more of the pink shades. So we got all of those pieces here, and we're actually going to use all of them, so there's not going to be any left over of these. All right, I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. And I did see I did hit the marker on the tip of that. Just get an alcohol swab and clean that all up. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my strawberry slush piece, get my glue, and we'll glue this down. Whoops. There's a little bit of air in there. As long as that air is in the bottle and not someplace else. Just saying. All right. So again, there's going to be just this little border. And again, when you're embossing these 3D embossing folders, it is going to shrink in one of the directions. So to have that nice even border, I would cut the cardstock a little bit larger, emboss it, and then trim it down to the size that you need. All right, so we got that. Then we're going to take this and we're going to adhere this to our card base. And again, with this one, because this is like the purple and aqua shades, you can go with a different color of cardstock. Well, there is some pink in there, but if you want to change it up to, like, say, what was it? Petunia Pop was one of the colors. Um, Berry Burst, another purple color that was in here. You can go with those. All right. So now with this, we're going to glue some pieces down and we're also going to pop some up. So instead of the liquid glue, I'm going to go with the glue dots only because the glue, once that dries, it's going to be stuck. And so I want to be able to move things around if I need to. All right, so we are going to take, see, I can't do like the same ones because the colors are different. So I have to look to see what I got here. So got this piece, long branchy leafy piece, and this is going to go up here in this corner, and this one here. So kind of come down here. And then let's see, what else do we got here? Our bigger swag, we're gonna get some dimensionals. And a little one down here. I'm going to kind of pop that over there. And all right, and then this is going to kind of tuck in back behind there. And the larger one here is going to be popped up. This is the larger one? I don't think this is the larger one. It's not. We want this on the smaller one. I think I can still use these. Yep. All right. Oops, that didn't work very well. So if you just kind of like rub your finger over that, it will remove all that foam from the dimensional. Okay, it's the little one I wanted. Alright, this one's going to kind of go over here. And again, I'm just placing it down. Not going to press anything down until I'm ready to. And then this one's going to have blue dots. And it's the same image. The only difference is one is larger than the other. And this one. that down like so. And then I'm going to pop it out that way a little bit. Then, okay. Just looking at what I'm doing here. Again, really the time-consuming part of doing these cards is just trying to figure out, you know, the placement of all your pieces. I really do like these, the purples and the aquas in this. All right. This one. Now I'm just trying to see what I popped up and what I didn't pop up. All right, tuck that under like so. And little daisy pieces. Go right there. And what's left? We got these little leaves. Tuck that under like so. This leaf. Kind of go over here. And then these flowers are going to be popped up, I think. I'm just looking at my sample card. Yeah, I think these are all these little ones are popped up. What I need to do is I need to kind of fill in this space here. So I'm going to kind of move that down a little bit. I'll take a larger one and put that there. I have to turn this a little bit. Put that right there. So how does that look? This, I'm going to kind of shift this over a little bit. Okay. I think it looks good. Look good? Okay. Here we go. Just press this all down. Make sure it's all stuck down. Okay. Now to add some embellishments. And I myself need to have dinner, and I have no clue what I'm having yet. All right, so then I'm going to bring in my white baker's twine from this baker's twine essential, and this may be the amount I need. So I'm going to do a double-stranded bow with this. And I want my loops and my tails to be a little bit longer. So are any of you up there in Ohio, are you dealing with any storms, or are you going to get any? Again, you guys know I watch Ryan Hall, so every day when he does his forecast on what's coming, I know like from like Texas and going all the way up north, I think even to around like Chicago area and all that, that there's supposed to be some really bad severe storms. And so we're actually not in any of that. I mean, we may get some rain, I guess maybe later in the week, but I don't know. As of right now, that path doesn't look like that we're in it. I mean, we do need some rain. I mean, okay, so I wanted my loops a little bit bigger. Oh, Froggy's speeding it up. You know, when I was pre-recording and I was doing the little video clips, so like the things where I was doing the die cutting, the coloring, all those long, tedious things, I would speed that sucker up, man. When I go back and watch the video, it's like, man, I wish I can color that fast and it still looks good and do all that die cutting and embossing and all that other stuff. But yeah. Okay, so I'm going to stick that right there in that open spot. Then I'm going to get my scissors. And we're going to trim down those tails. And then one more thing to this. We got to have a little bit of bling on here. Okay. So like later in the week, you guys are going to get something. All right. So for this one, I'm just going to use the classic rhinestone basic jewels. And so there's like 3 sizes on this, but I'm just using what's left on this card. And so we'll add that there. And add one there. And add one right up there. Okay. Whew. There we go. There is our 3rd card. And again, this is the washi tape on the basic white cardstock. So let me bring in the other cards that we have made. So our first one, this is the washi tape on vellum, and then I die cut all the pieces. And then basically, again, it's not a difficult card. It's just really trying to figure out how to place your die cut pieces. But again, this is the pink shade. My sample card, I used the blues and the purples. So this is, whoops, it's upside down. So there's my sample card, and then there's the one that we made tonight. So again, since this is mostly pink, you can change your card base up to be a shade of pink. Your frame, you can do that in a darker pink color. And just use the colors that's in the washi tape. There are quite a few colors that are in it. Again, it's not on the packaging. If you go to the website, you'll see what colors are in it. So again, my sample was the blues and the purples, and then the one we made is the one with the pink. And then our second card, now this didn't change. This is the same. This one we did basically our black and white with a pop of color. We stamped our image twice on our card base to give that look of like pattern paper. And then I stamped it again in black ink and then colored with my lemon lolly and light darling duckling blends, and also the light and dark old olive for the greenery. And then our final card is the vellum on white cardstock. Again, this is kind of like your purple tones. The sample card is the one that I did with the pink. So pretty cards. And again, I didn't put a greeting on this only because you can use it for whatever occasion that you want to use it for. So let me kind of put those in the order that I've done them. I'm going to kind of tidy up this area. This is where, if you haven't already done so, please add your name to the spreadsheet if you would like to be in tonight's card drawing. The link to the Google spreadsheet is up at the top, is pinned up at the top. If you are having any problems or any issues at all in adding it, and then here's these little pieces right here that were left over, that's going to go right into that card. So whoever gets that card, you're going to have some extra little bits in there. So again, if you have any problems adding your name, just say something. Someone here will be more than happy to get your name added to it. And I just want to tidy up because I got to bring in my my laptop. So let me get this out of the way. And like I said, the PDF for these projects, after I'm done here and after I've had something for dinner, I will get the PDF put together, and in the description, that little bullet point right above the list of supplies, that's the link that'll take you to my Google Drive, and that's where you'll find my Friday night slash Saturday night live PDFs. So there's pictures of all the projects, a list of all the supplies, the dimensions, and even in the date up at the top of the PDF is a link. So if you click on that, it's going to take you back to this video. So if you're confused about what to do as far as what it's adhered on and how to assemble and all that, I just say, refer back to the video and you'll see how I did it. So let me bring in my little thing of sticky notes. And again, let's see. Next Friday, my plan is to be Friday, not Saturday. We're going to do the sweet, well, this is not actually the sweet name. It's Cute as a Bug. That's the name of the sweet. So, yeah, this is what we are going to be doing next Friday. And you know what really drew me to this? I love Lily of the Valley, and there just happens to be that stamp in there. And then in the new catalog, there's an actual whole suite that's Lily of the Valley, and it's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, love, 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 love. There's actually a lot of things that I really like that's in this catalog, and even some stuff that will be going live in May that's in the online exclusive as well. So that stuff I'm going to plan on using that for May. So join me for that. They're going to be fun. They're going to be fun projects. All right. So let me see. Ooh, why is my thing spinning? Oh, no, 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 no. All right. So let me see what I have here. Oh, I was gonna say nobody added their name, but then they all appeared magically. So Becky, Froggy, Avery, Terry, Tracy, Deborah, Sharon, and Holly is there. anybody else who would like their name added. And remember, this is the new May through August catalog. Again, no annual catalog, no more mini catalogs. It's just gonna be 3 catalogs, and then also whatever's gonna be in online exclusives. So again, if you're here in the US, you are not working with another demonstrator, just send me an email. The email's in the description. Give me your full name and also your mailing address, and I'll be more than happy to mail one of these out to you. Now, there are, I will say this, there are 5 customers of mine that, because they had opted in for contact, that I have Stampin' Up, sending a catalog directly to you. One of the things I want to mention that's important is that, when you create a Stampin' Up account, so like if you're going to place orders and all that, you do have to create an account. There are 2 things that you need to opt in for. One of them is for Stampin' Rewards. If you don't opt in for that, you are not going to get any Stampin' Rewards, for the order that you place. So starting at $20, you earn 10% of that. And then those Stampin' Rewards you can use for a future order. So if you do not click on that, then you're not going to get them. And you definitely want to get your Stampin' Rewards. The other one is for opting in or out, for contact. Now, I get it. You may not want to click on that because you feel that you're going to get bombarded with emails and all that other stuff. Know that you are not going to get that from me. I do not send out any correspondence at all, in this on the Stampin' Up website. I do have a monthly newsletter that I do. As a matter of fact, it was last week, I think, or was it earlier this week, that I did get it done and I did send it out. So if you would like to subscribe to my newsletter, there is a link for it. Is it fine leaving us? Where? Okay, wait a minute. Where she's got to eat dinner. She's got to eat dinner. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, but yeah, you need to, that newsletter, like I said, I only send out one near the beginning of the month, letting you know what my video schedule is going to be for that month, anything that I may be doing, any promotions or anything that Stampin' Up is doing. And why is this like freaking out? I kind of see it bouncing in and out. And so, but yeah, the only other time I'll send another email is if Stampin' Up has some promotion or sale or whatever that we didn't know about at the beginning of the month, and then I kind of modify it and I'll send it out. But other than that, I do not send out emails every single day or every single week. Frankly, I don't really have the time to do emails like that, that often. So if you would like to know what's going on and kind of be in know on what's happening, I do have a link, in the description. You click on that, you're just going to add your name and your email address. You'll be automatically added to my newsletter list, and then when I send it out, you will receive it. Now, I periodically do check it, so if I see there's anybody new, then I can just send it to those that are new that signed up. So there is that. Um, okay, so let me check this again. Come on, mouse. Check this again. See if we got everybody. Again, Becky, Froggy, Avery, Terry, Tracy, Deborah, Sharon, and Holly. We got everybody. Take these names and we will add it to there. Da, da, da. Now, Carol, did you want to be added to or just Avery? I know that this thing is like bouncing in and out, and I know it's very annoying. Okay. All right. So let me do this. Let me unplug. My thing is like pixelating. So that, I think that's a sign that we need to get done, right? Because let's see. Yeah, we're just over the 2 hour mark. So okay, let's bring this in and let's go to our wheel and let's give it a spin. Oh, I didn't ask. That's Andrea. Did you want to be added on here? I saw your name. Why am I just realizing it? Okay. I know I got one here for you, Holly. There you are. Ooh. Okay. You still with us, Holly? Oops, wait a minute. Let me scroll down. You probably, yeah, you have answered. Okay, so Holly would like card number 3. All right. And you don't have to send me your address. I already have it, so we're good there. Okay. Our next card. Tracy. Okay, where's Tracy? No Tracy's in here. Oops. Number 2. Okay. All right, and then, whoops. Oh, a card with all the extra pieces that just flew out. Get those off of there. All right. So our final winner is Avery. All right, I know there's one in here for you. It should be right near the top. Okay. All right. So Avery, you got our first card and the extra little bits that are all falling out. All right. I know I got a little sticky in here for you with your name on it. So let me kind of move this out of the way and we'll kind of wrap up. So again, sorry guys that this didn't happen on Friday night. I just didn't have it in me at all to get these cards kicked out. I am trying to do better. Actually getting more sleep because yeah, I just burn candles at both ends and between regular work and everything else, it's just, yeah, it seems like the nights get very late and I got to stop doing that. So, but thank you again for joining me tonight. So some of you are going to get some bad weather or maybe just some rain next week. So please stay safe because I know what he was saying that the path of these storms are going to be very dangerous. High winds, tornadoes, you name it. So um, with that, thank you so much, everybody, and I will see you next Friday. And remember, I will have the PDF for tonight's projects. I'm going to put that out there on the drive tonight. So if you just go back in the description, that little bullet point right above the list of supplies is going to have the link, and you'll find it there. Also, the Throwback Thursday video that I didn't get done on Thursday of this week, I'm going to work on that as well, and I'm going to get that put out here before the weekend is out. So look out for that. It's going to be Friendly Flamingo, I think is the name of it. Love my flamingos. So that's going to be that. And then Cute as a Bug is going to be next Friday. So I'm looking forward to doing those projects. So everybody have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see you next week. Bye bye.